Adam, our friends over at Cellhound have outdone themselves. They're giving the Deathpiles and Taxes listeners an opportunity of a lifetime.
They're going to help us make some money, get rid of that death pile, get your items listed because you can't sell out of an empty wagon.
Man, sell all that you got, kill that death pile. When you go over to Cellhound, use promo code, capital letters, Deathpiles25 to save 25% off of their service.
And get out there and start making some money.
Well, it's taxes of death piles and taxes. It is that time of year. We're going to have to do something. Uncle Sam wants his money.
Who doesn't want their money?
Well, he's got a lot of it, but we all got to put it in the system. That's the country we live in. So, need to file your taxes. Got questions? You want to know more because you're a reseller. It is a little more difficult than it is, especially if it's your first year. You're getting into it. You're going to get these 1099Ks. You get information that you don't know what to do with, and we don't want you to pay any more than you have to. So, reach out to us here at Adam Up Accounting. You can go to our website. You can check us out on social media. We'd love to help you out. Like I said, we know the resale game. We're here to make sure that you pay your fair share, but don't go back to jail.
I'm Barbara Walters, and this is 2020.
Here comes the money. Here comes the money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money.
Fred, amigo, what do you know, Dr. D-Roy?
Man, it smells good in here, Adam.
We just had the Taco Man in here.
Anytime you can get the Taco Man, it's a good day.
I think we're going to pick him up as a new client, so he pays with those fringe benefits.
I heard him saying something about you're too good to be true or something like that to you.
That's what happens. We like taking care of people. So, hey, buddy, how last show of 2020? What do we think about that?
Death Piles and Taxes, the 2020 finale. I think it's a good one. I think it's about time that we have a sayonara to 2020.
Do you think we get Barbara Walters to sign on?
She might have already talked. Who knows? Who knows, right?
That's just an inside joke there.
Not really inside. Everyone knows 2020 and Barbara Walters. She's been around forever.
Thanks for blowing the lid on my cool inside joke, buddy.
Well, it wasn't so inside whenever. We don't want inside jokes with just two people on the podcast.
I guess
You already alienated another listener this week. We got a text from Pelican, all upset about you, telling them they didn't work hard enough.
I don't know what I do and say anymore.
I'm just glad that some people have a direct contact line between Waddy and Pelican. We're losing listeners left and right. We need all that we can get at them.
Waddy, Pelican, I love you. I appreciate all you do. If I didn't come after you, I'd be worried because then I don't really care.
I love and appreciate both of you. If the record, if you go back and listen, I defend both of you. I think. I don't know about Pelican last time. I just kind of let you do your thing.
You do let me do. I do have it's a good relationship with Pelican.
I usually hang myself with other things, but Adam, how was that? So I got some guff because last podcast I said, how was your holidays and Christmas? However, I released it before Christmas so everyone could have it before Christmas because we recorded that before. Shh, that was the secret.
Don't let the editing secrets come out.
So how
Christmas
was it?
Was amazing. What a great time to be alive. Wonderful, just really fun. Really, really good time. Got some really nice gifts. Like I said, my wonderful family, my mother-in-law, she always gives us a little bit of dollars. She helped pay for the San Jose trip last year. This year, she bought the snowblower, so that was wonderful.
Oh, there you go. You have a picture of you out there clearing snow?
I do. I got to get it printed off so I can give it to her again.
Yeah, that's a good gift. Snowblowers are good.
Kids got some board games, some dolls. The biggest hit was the classic Nintendo reset that we got.
The old, for those of you that don't know, this was a bolo about four-ish years ago.
It was.
Adam waits it out, but he struck when the iron was hot. And it's like a mini Nintendo, but it's the real one. He got the legit. He didn't get the one off Craigslist that's going to melt and burn down his house. He got the real deal. I did not get the Chinese
ripoff. I got the real deal, the real Chinese one.
And it has a handful of games on there.
Zelda, Contra, Punch-Out. You can't call it Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
They didn't pay that licensing fee.
No, but it's still, I can't wait to get to the end because I want to see if you really fight Mike Tyson.
It's going to be some guy you never heard of. It'll be like Bob Saget.
Joe Glass.
There's Bob Hope
The
coming out.
Tiger Guy, Bald Bull. It was a good time.
So I've been playing a bunch of video games for the kids.
The best part is they want me to play. Like I played Zelda last night, and they're like, "Keep playing, Dad. Can you play on my profile? Can you get me further?"
Can you give me, Dad, will you beat it for me? But you were playing some football with the kid.
Played Madden, and then we got into Tecmo Bowl. So it's been fun. I do have I don't know. Did you play Dr. Mario?
Oh yeah.
I am apparently awful at Dr. Mario, or my wife is like a world class. Could go on and play because
So you go competitive.
yes, she like kills me every time. And the nice part about that is like in real life you can kind of set a handicap. You can put it up to where certain players get certain virus, the number of viruses that you have to kill, and then I can be at a lower level and lesser amount and at a slower level. I still can't work on that handicap. She still wins all the time.
She said, Dr. Mario, if ever there's a year we need a Dr. Mario to kill some viruses, 2020 was it.
Yeah, so that's my, had a lot of fun. We played a game called Acquire, kind of like a board game about acquiring companies, really fun.
Okay.
Played Risk 2010 AD, where you could take over underwater communities, Antarctica, and you could settle the moon.
Well, what else do you need?
That was
What else do you need?
a lot of fun. Hours and hours.
How many days did that take you?
It was like a 3-day thing.
Did you win?
I did win. I killed them. I kicked the trash out of them.
And then who were you playing? Your two kids that are like 7 and 5?
And my wife.
Okay.
No, 10 and 8.
You getting the Dr. Mario back?
Oh, yes. So I was taking it. There was no mercy. Same thing like Madden. I laid it on him. I put up a 70-24 spot. And then later on the day, he beat me like 24-10. So it all comes back.
Yeah. You'll beat him while you can because it won't last for long.
I know. I was quite shocked because he wasn't very good at it, and it just took a couple hours.
It don't take long. Them
and he
kids
got
adapt to things.
way better.
Especially when you're playing on the old PlayStation 2. So that's pretty old technology for a kid his age.
Very, very old. So it was a great holiday season. How did yours go, though? Did you
It was good. We actually had, now we've been talking about these PSA cards. We had a Christmas Miracle that came through.
Yes, we did.
Anyone that's been trying to sell anything over the holidays, it's no secret. We talked about it a little bit, but there was with UPS or USPS, the post office, unknown origin of where your item is located. Unknown origin.
That's not good.
That's never good. There was a lot of things that were basically just stuck in limbo, weren't getting delivered, so on and so forth. So I got an email saying our big PSA that we put in together
was like in March.
back in March, what had been shipped was completed. And I thought, well, there's no way I'd get this before New Year's, but it came through. I was able to get Adams to him on Christmas Eve, I think.
It was Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
It was a phenomenal day.
And I brought Mr. Painters over to him on, I think it was the day after Christmas, might have been Christmas Day, kind of gets blurry on there, but I was able to play Santa Claus and have some good cheer. And the good thing about it is everyone got some pretty good cards back. I think everyone felt pretty good about what happened.
Very excited about the cards I got.
So we were going to do, I thought we'd do a live opening on the air, but just timing-wise, I wasn't going to hold that back from you guys and getting things sold. I got customer service issue to get into here in a little bit, but Adam's brought up his cards, and I'm going to let him talk for a little bit about what happened there, but I'll swerve back into
With
where
my
I'm at.
cards or your cards?
We'll talk about mine later, but
Okay.
let's hear yours first.
So like I said, I mean, this is the podcast about taxes. It's about online reselling. Like I said, just kind of worked its way down. I'll get into that. I got some really cool tickets this week. We've been getting into buying some tickets. I found some other cool stuff. I did breaking news. I watched Star Wars for the first time ever.
I told you last 2 weeks ago we said you'd do it.
Right. We got into the Star Wars Darth Vader. Is that the name?
You watched it, not me. You tell me.
So I got into the Darth Vader rookie cards, and I'm like, man, I'm going to see what this is all cracked up to be. And I don't think I'm going to go down the rabbit hole again.
Man, you're calling it Star Wars, so maybe you're sold.
Not impressed.
Wow.
I
Shots fired.
I'm not. It was not like going back to 1977. I guess it was cool, but it just didn't blow my skirt up.
But you still bought the cards.
Well, I bought the cards before I watched the movie.
So you're done with the cards now.
No, I've got the cards. I'm just done with the movies. I'm not going to watch any more
But
movies.
you're still going to invest in the cards?
Oh, I already did. I've got a whole stack.
But are you going to continue?
No, we'll see how it goes. I think I might invest in the cards, but I'm not going to watch any more movies.
Boy, you better hope they don't hear you on here. They'll boycott you just out of principle.
Well, the best part is when you sell on eBay, people don't know who you are.
Apparently.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well,
Apparently.
But I did that. That was kind
Unless
of
you leave them a note that says, "Don't you know who I am?"
That's true.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal. So that was really fun. I don't know. I like that. I got these tickets. I went down a rabbit hole. This is a show about learning a lot. Derek and Mr. Painter are helping my eyes to be opened with this wrestling memorabilia. They are the guys. Well, I think this Dwayne Johnson Rock, what is it, Wonder Bread type card or something? I think that's what it was. It's
Wonder Bread.
It was like a one-off company. It wasn't like Don Russ. It was like a sponsored company.
The one that you got?
No, the Miami Miami.
Oh, that was Bumblebee Tuna.
See, that's close. You know,
Yeah, you put it on, yeah.
I mean, Bumblebee Tuna college card that the value went from a couple $100 to a couple $1,000. And I says, you know what? Those guys are doing it. I went out on the line and I bought a Bill Goldberg Georgia Bulldog card. So I figured, you know what? What's it worth? I paid about $35 on it. It was cool. It was going on auction and it was going down to the last minute. We're sitting in the Chick-fil-A parking lot. I'm like, bid, Dad, bid. So it was a good time.
You need. I don't know how I can get you and Mr. Painter on my snipes. I set them. I forget them. It says, "Hey, you won this," and it's like, "Oh, that was cheaper than I thought it was gonna go for."
But then you take away all the fun out of it.
You take away all the human emotion, and so where you're gonna bid, I'll go $29 on that card. You're gonna go $35. You do that, it adds up.
But you're so reasonable. I mean,
It adds up.
well, I know, but you're in this for business. I'm in this for pleasure.
That's that's true. So
I'm in it to
if you're just working on the PC, ain't nothing wrong with that either.
Oh, it's more than the PC. I put up a lot of dollars here.
Well, you got to start selling. Now, what's this Wayne Gretzky greeting card you got?
All right, I don't know. Again, the same thing. I think a Wayne Gretzky card sold for like $1.1 million.
That was his rookie card.
Yeah, well, I get it, but I mean, anytime you're breaking those kind of dollar barriers, it's okay to ride the coattails and get whatever you can. So I found something that I was quite interested in. So I'll grab it while you throw some more.
Well, what happened is Adam, we send inside the group text to about the three of us of any card or thing that we pick up, and this week Adam sent over, and it looked like a birthday card, but it was like a Wayne Gretzky in the center of it. I don't know if that's what it is or not. He just went to grab it. Let's see what we got here. It's a Top Stadium Club Master Photo Wayne Gretzky. So is it a card, or is it open up? Is it like a birthday card that says, "To Johnny, love Grandma"?
No, it's an actual card. It's not a birthday card, but it's an actual, again, the oversized card that I'm a big fan of.
Okay, so it is just an oversized card, which is, if you're picturing this as you're listening, it's about the size of a birthday card. I mean, it's pretty big there. So.
It's large. That's how I like
So
my
how
cards.
many of these exist out there on the gradings world?
Like none. So I'm a big proponent in population of low. So when I find interesting things, that's what I like to buy. So I did that, and that was kind of cool. D-Roy's checking out some of the Star War. Did I say it right?
Lord Darth Vader. Adam was not impressed.
No, not impressed. This is probably one of my favorites too. It's we'll pull some pictures of all these so you can kind of know what we're talking about. But again, getting into I think people just want to collect cool stuff. I mean, that's a cool ticket there.
That is. It's an old University of Utah, Oregon football card from, I don't see the year on here,
It's
Adam.
like in the 70s. Dan Fouts was the
1971.
There you go. Back when D-Roy was 3.
Yeah, something like that. You do math, and you're an accountant, so we'll take your word for it.
Did
But
you say math or meth?
you probably did a little both. It's Sherry's yard today.
No, that's not true. I did not do math.
So you got back your PSA cards.
Yes, and
What are you doing with them?
So I got real excited. The first second I got them, I pulled them out and I started looking up some prices and was able to list a bunch of them. And there are several that I want to keep because I think the value is going to go up, so I don't really want to sell them. But I was really excited about a lot of them. Kind of put some of the baseball ones to the side just because baseball season's coming up, and I don't know. Some Kobe Bryant cards. I'm going to hit the anniversary really hard. That's coming up here in next month.
Couple months, February, right?
February, somewhere around there. And by he passed away this last year, and so I'm going to do some of that. I got a couple Trae Young cards I'm excited about. So just trying to get them all listed. That's the whole idea right now.
That's the whole name of the game. I had some issues this week. I guess we'll get into those. Now's as good time as any. So I went to the Target store day after Christmas. Me and my wife went to a couple Targets because I like to go in there, and if you can buy some Christmas items at 50% off or so, load up the wagon, right?
Which I got at a phenomenal 11-foot blow-up reindeer for $34 from Home Depot.
That's what we're talking about.
Very excited.
What are you gonna do with that?
Oh, it's already up in the yard.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, we got it like last week. It was the display model, and I'm like, $34? Yes, we'll take that.
It's how tall?
11 feet.
I'm gonna have to come drive by your house tonight.
Yes, it's quite large. $34.50. I was super excited.
So I went over, and I usually like to get just whatever I think can resell. And I'll be, if the day after Christmas, things weren't, shelves were cleared. It looked
They were, yeah.
It looked like it was early part of the pandemic. So I was able to get a few things, but not nearly what I thought I was going to get. And at both Targets. So the first Target we went to check out, and the lady in front of us in line had a child with her, which, pretty common. And there's the kiosk there that has like the little, you run your credit card and it has the pin where you can put in your pin number and stuff.
Yeah.
The child was probably 3 or 4, grabbed the pin and was pulling it on it. And the lady at the desk that, was trying to be nice, she said, "Oh, please don't do that." And the mom totally ignores it, lets the kid do this thing, and it just kind of drives me nuts. And so I'm like, whatever, got up afterwards, paid for my item and left. The next time, we went to another Target just down the road a little bit. We go to check out, and the lady in front of us, we went to self-check this time, but the lady in front of us has a basket full of things, and she scans like 5 items, and she's leaving. So, of course, the lady comes over and is like, "Hey, can I help you? You got more items in this cart than you scanned, blah, blah, blah." And the lady goes, "Well, these are returns. These are returns." And the lady's like, "What?" "Well, the returns are over here. Yeah, we thought we'd go get our food first because we didn't want to wait in the line."
Yeah, that doesn't work.
So I'm sitting there telling my wife, I'm like, why in the world would you do that? Why would you think you were going to be caught about it? We come in, you get the returns line, even if it's long, you get your money, whatever. And so on the way out to the car, I said, sometimes like this, I'm just grateful that I don't have to work in customer service, that I don't have to deal with the public a whole lot. That things are pretty smooth. I might get upset customer every now and again, but overall, things are pretty good. And that's where I jinxed myself, Adam.
You had quite the user experience over the weekend.
Well, and going back on Facebook, I guess, in the marketplace, I was at war for a while, but I kind of know and expect that.
You were.
I don't really want to go into details about that just now. That might be a next year special or something, just because...
we don't need that rant today.
Yeah, it's a nice holiday season, get ready for New Year. So I got back our cards, and one of the cards I had was a Juan Soto rookie card, and it said it was a reflector on the card from PSA. I'm not an expert in things, so I posted the card as was, and as was stated on the label from PSA. They're the experts. I knew that it was a Juan Soto rookie card, but I didn't know any of the details or anything like that. And I was looking at prices, and kind of like Adam said, I went a little higher because baseball season's coming up. I looked at some of the comparisons, some of the comp, and I decided to go for just under $500 for this card, which was a little high, but not crazy high.
Yeah.
And so within 5 minutes, somebody purchased this card. And, I was beyond happy. First thing that goes through your mind is, I sold that for too cheap if somebody bought it that fast. And the second thing is you're like, well, who cares? I just sold the card for $500 that I'm not into more than $25. I think I pulled it from a pack. I don't even remember where I got it, to be honest with you. It's been so long ago. And, I had to pay to get it oh, I don't even remember what we paid for those. It might have been even less than that.
Like $12 or something.
So it might have been, maybe $20 at the most for all that. Anyway, so get it ready, get it shipped out, turn off the label, get it in the mail pretty fast. And then that night, got a message from the seller, which, no problem. But then when I opened it, by the time I opened it, I already had another message from the seller and another message from the seller. And these are nightmares for resellers, and it's usually before you sell something, you start getting all these messages, and don't sell to this person. They're a little off kilter. They're a few crins short of the full packet or whatever you want to say. But this guy starts accusing me of selling him a fraudulent card, and that I tampered with it, that I somehow had opened the case and removed the original card and put in this card. And I'm like, buddy, I don't know what you're talking about. I sold you the card that's pictured here, and he wants to cancel the order. And I said, well, unfortunately, I've already sent out your order. You can't cancel it. I actually put a signature confirmation on it and a few things so to make sure you get it. I'm trying to get it to you fast. Well, that's impossible. You could have sent that out to me already. Yeah, I did. I mean, small town people will know this, and some of you that live in smaller communities. Sometimes you go out for a ride, and if you're going to pass by a post office or something, you'll take what you have to drop it off.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal.
Saves you the next day. And also, if I have something worth $500, I want that out ASAP because I want the customer to get it.
Yeah.
So this guy's not believing me that I've sent the item. He's thinking I've tampered with the item. It's just a long mess. And then finally I said, hey man, I don't got all night to sit here and talk with you. If you want to return the item, that's fine. I got a return policy. Just send it back. I'll give you your money. We'll be done.
Yeah.
Well, no, you got to give me my money right now. Well, no, you're not going to have the product and get the money. That doesn't work because you're not going to send it back and I'm going to be out the money. So, long story short, I had probably, you can count up, I had probably 50 messages from the guy after I told him I was not going to talk. I'm done.
What does he want you to do?
He's just nuts. Some people are just crazy. Everything from I need to call the post office and have it not be able to ship and get it sent back to him. I need to contact PSA because they've labeled this incorrectly. I need to make this right. Just all sorts of ramblings and stuff.
So here's how you make it right. Yeah, return the card and here's your money.
Yeah, and but I'm fraudulent. I'm selling this fraudulent card.
Yes, you are.
Blah blah blah. So a couple days later, or maybe a day later, Mr. Painter says, "Hey," because I sent you guys the screenshot. I'm like, "This is a good sell. I'm happy about that sell." Mr. Painter sends me a thing that says, "Hey, D-Roy, did you get your return on this card?" And I'm like, "Oh, how would he know that?" And then I was kind of busy. It was during the day, so I didn't have time to respond. I don't even know when I saw it, but I didn't have time to respond after I'd seen it for a little bit. He has a screenshot from some guy. Oh, this is okay. So I did respond to the guy on this one. So the guy took a picture and put it in the Facebook group,
Yes.
asking if it was authentic because he thought it was supposed to be numbered, serial numbered. The card wasn't. I have no clue if it's supposed to or not. I didn't say that it was.
It's not your choice.
The title, the pictures, and the description are all correct as far as I'm concerned. And apparently he's asking from people from Facebook if it's correct. And I told him, I said, hey man, people on Facebook aren't experts on anything.
Yeah.
The PSA people that labeled it are. So even if they tell you that it's not, that carries no water or no weight towards me. I don't care what people on Facebook tell you. Because if I listen to people on Facebook, I went and hung myself last week or something, threw myself off a cliff because I'm an awful person or whatever.
You are.
I know, but I bring Christmas cheer and get lots of thank yous for being a scumbag.
Those don't count.
Those don't
the
count.
three people that tell you you're awful.
The three guys.
Outlay the 987.
So because some guy in the Facebook group told him that this didn't look right to him or whatever, all of a sudden it's World War III and it's my problem, which there's nothing I can do at that point.
No.
So Adam steps in and has joined the group and is trying to talk to the guy. And the guy's convinced that you are me.
He was. And while we were talking, I just replied to another message he sent.
Oh, did you? I haven't checked up on it, so
yeah.
You'll want him after you. But the part that cracks me up is obviously it's got my name on not Facebook. Now I'm going to be all mixed up. On eBay, he can look at the seller's name. He can look at where I sent it, my return address, and all that. He can see my name, and he can look on Facebook and see your name. But in the Facebook thing, he's like, "Well, you're obviously the seller."
Yes.
Which kind of. I mean, you're close. You know the seller, but
I do.
But I just think it's weird that you're going to accuse people in a group of being this guy. It's just a big old mess. And of course, it has to come after my little rant and target to my wife about, well, I don't got to deal with this every day.
It's karma just bit you.
So careful what you wish for, and know that we all have crazy customers. But on a positive note, I got a lot of cards up. I'm putting a lot more up for sale. I'm starting to get things going. And there was a new stimulus, $600 coming out.
Maybe.
$600 coming out, whether you like it or not. There might be more, there might be less. Supposedly, we're getting some money. And once that happens, people are going to spend it, so get your crap up for sale.
That's exactly. There may or may not be some money. The reason
There may or may not been some money for about 9 months now.
Exactly. I have to follow it extremely close because there's so many provisions that change tax law and how taxes are reported. So I'm on it like blue bonnet. We'll see what happens today. It's December 29th, 2020. Who knows what really is going to happen? Again, there should be some money come out, but don't call your accountant and say, "Where's my money?" because he or she does not know.
But list your crap on the internet for sale or on eBay, because once those things go live, people are going to be spending it. And also after Christmas, I think I've been feeling a little bit of that post-Christmas people buying stuff.
I think so too, and I think that
I've been selling all sorts of tickets I've been getting to Adam.
you have been selling a lot of tickets, but yeah, I don't know. This whole tax, it's the end of the year. Get ready to file your taxes. That's the other thing I can tell you.
We've seen a few people online looking for a good accountant. We recommended Adam Beasley, Adam Up Accounting.
I did like that in the Utah eBay group. Hey, who was that guy who was in our, came to our meeting? Oh, it was me.
It was get Adam, or get you a good tax person. Get him right now. You don't want to wait till the last minute. Start figuring out your stuff.
I do want to get the other guy, the Not My Dad CPA, Mark. He's got a good group going. It's funny to see. So the thing is there's so many people to file taxes for. It's not like I have a grudge. I don't have an arch nemesis.
Man, I was afraid that when you brought him up, that you're going to throw him under the bus like you did Pelly and Waddy. I was like,
heavens.
we don't even know this guy, Adam.
He's a respected professional.
He's going to be like, bad talk. We're going to have a feud going. The eBayers are going to have to pick sides.
This is not like one of your wrestling grudge matches.
Oh, thank
between
goodness.
Hogan and Flair.
You guys can be on tag team
Macho
together.
Man or Bret Hart. It's not that. I mean,
Oh, I was worried.
respected professionals. Like I said, we're all here to help each other and help people because everybody needs to understand taxes. The part I don't understand, and I guess it's just mentality, like figuring out some things are really good. But I mean, like some people like to fix their own car, which you can do. Some people like to, fix their own plumbing issues or electrical. Some people like taking out stitches on themselves. Everybody likes doing their own things. But when it comes to taxes, like
Who's getting stitches just to take them out for pleasure?
I won't go there.
Okay, when it comes to taxes.
I gotta
Yeah, I do some home plumbing. Well, I do a little bit around the house too. I take out my own stitches.
I have plenty of contract. Like that's what they do. Like they take stuff on the job site, stitch up their own stuff, and then they'll take them out a couple.
That's called they don't have insurance and they don't want to pay those emergency
Well, that's what I'm
room
saying.
bills.
I mean,
I don't know that they enjoy it, but they became skilled at it because of necessity. Sure.
necessities. But the other one is figuring out your taxes.
I got me this new hobby.
I think that's something because of the complexity, the ability. Like I get it. There's some people that you can do your own taxes, but once you bring in an online business, there's so many things that are questionable, especially sales tax, understanding sales tax, understanding what you should and should not be writing off, inventory, returns. There's so much that go into it that I would pay a professional to learn how to do
A
it.
lot of moving parts, and like Adam's saying, you might be selling multiple states, you might be responsible for multiple taxes in those states, or you might not be, or you got counties and cities.
Yes.
It all depends, and if you want to stay up all night, it's like those people that like to do long. Maybe there are people that like pain. If you want to do long division and math and read through government bills that make no sense and try to figure it out so that you can save yourself a couple bucks at the end of the year. But think of your time. What's the value of your time? By the time you do your own taxes, unless it's pretty simple, And if you can do it simple, good for you. But if it's going to take you a few hours, what's that actually costing you versus, here, Adam, take care of this for me?
I knew that those classes of economics, the one course that I guess I failed it, at BYU would come into hand with Jimmy Chiefy Pants. He was an animal, that guy. He knew all about it, but that's what we learned about, is the value of time. And getting into the resale game, that's the one book I always remember. In college, you had to buy these astronomically, stupidly expensive books, and you'd buy them used. That guy who had that economics class, he had it worked out, because in the back of the book, you had to tear out the pages, and that was your homework. So you could never resell your book.
Oh. Well, see, that's why he was in economics. He knew how to make it.
He knew how to make a buck.
Because the rest of those books, there were people, and they probably still exist somewhat, that would go kind of to the dumpsters and stuff and just grab because kids throw away their books, not knowing what they have, and you can either go sell them to the bookstores or on Amazon, eBay.
Half.com, like that's where I started, selling college books. It's the first place I bought it back in the early aughts.
The early aughts.
The early aughts. So yeah, what's your value of your time? If you really think that even the peace of mind of having a professional, said whether there's so many out there. There's a lot of accountants, but then there's accountants who understand the reselling game. And if you're listening to this podcast, hopefully you are reselling or you're planning for retirement. You're doing so many things that you want to figure it out. Make sure you have a professional, and it's not as expensive as what you would think it is. And whatever they're charging you, they will bring enough value to return it to you.
Well, that's the thing, and it's kind of like when you go to buy anything or do anything. You might be a Ford guy, you might be a Chevy guy. You find tax people. Some of them are big business guys, some of them are small business guys. Find one that fits you and what you do. Some people understand reselling, some don't. Some are just like, so you go to yard sales, what do you want me to do with this?
It's just like this. I used to shovel my driveway, and I had to because that's what I did. I didn't know any different. And I bought a snowblower. It's the greatest thing in the world.
With his mother-in-law's money, and he stiffed me.
Christmas
He stiffed it. If you remember back, he was going to buy that and come get that snowmobile that hasn't moved yet for me, and we made a good deal.
Yes.
And here I sit. And now he's just rubbing it in my face.
And now I feel so much better. It's the same thing as hiring an accountant. We just had an amigo in here. We're going to start doing some stuff for him. He says, well, you can do all that? I says, yes, we can do all that. Oh, I should have done that a long time ago. That's how it is. If you find the right professional, like I said, it's there to make your life easy.
Well, that's the thing. Like, he's good at making tacos. He has a taco truck. That's what he does. He's not a business accountant. He doesn't like doing the numbers, probably. I don't. I sell crap on the internet and count colostrum, as we learned last week, and make my deliveries, right? I don't do the numbers. I don't. That's where I give it to you. Like, you're out there, you're selling, you're doing your hustle. You're either selling on your Amazon, or you're going out and you're scalping things, or you're ruining kids' Christmases, or you're bringing joy to others. Whichever way you're doing it. You're good at what you do, but don't put yourself, because you're going to have to pay your taxes. You can't avoid it. It's last minute. You're going to be trying to figure out all your mileage. You're going to be trying to think what you can deduct. You're going to be like, am I going to get in trouble for this or that? I hope I don't get audited. You're going to be stressed out. Or you can just pay somebody, and they take care of that for you.
And that's the best part. So like I said, you're
acting like you had a lot of snow with this snowblower.
Well, we did a couple times, and I mean, there was a little bit this morning. I decided to break out the shovel because I didn't think it warranted, but I did something good. Is I pushed all the snow on right by the street, right by the sidewalk, so my kids could use it as a ramp to slide down the side of the road. They were pretty excited.
They're happy with you, and they got a 10-foot Bozo the Clown. Is that what you had?
No, a reindeer, 11-foot reindeer.
Reindeers with Red Rudolph?
No, it was not Rudolph.
No wonder you got so cheap.
His name is Blitzen.
Oh, Blitzen. Blitzen's a good reindeer.
So his name is Blitz.
Okay.
I mean, it was a good after Christmas buy. So
you staying up? You can do the New Year's thing? What's that going to be like?
I haven't decided yet what we're doing. I really again contemplated going to a bowl game. I wanted to go see Alabama play. Who are they playing? Alabama's going to win.
I have no clue.
Notre Dame. That's who they're playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a playoff type.
Yeah, exactly. I looked into that because they said I have a gajillion Sky Miles that we can't use because you can't go anywhere. I figured, hey, if we do that, tickets were fairly inexpensive, about $150.
You get that framed and sell it on PSA a little later. You make your money right back.
So I don't know. I mean, we looked into that.
Where's that game?
Dallas.
Okay.
That's the Rose Bowl. your buddy Gavin Newsom, they shut down the whole state, so they have to move the Rose Bowl to Dallas.
I've been out of it for about 3 weeks now, as far as any of that stuff goes.
Yeah, so that isn't happening. So I decided to boycott that. No, I decided to nix that idea.
Well, you get you an RV. Here's what you get: you an RV. You get the kids in there. You go cross country. You drive to Dallas, Fort Worth. You go see our buddies down there. That's what you do.
I know it's a little late, but my brother did that, and I'm thinking about maybe buying his RV for him.
Well, I'd say you rent before you own. See if it's really a good fit for you.
That's probably.
You ask him if he can borrow it. That's even better. And then you're just paying for the gas, and you get back, and you're like, not really for us. Thanks, though.
The problem is I can't really buy. He said he's paying like $600 or $700 a month to store it. I don't really have. Hey, you got a place I can park an RV?
For $300 a month, I could find you a place.
Danny, look out!
I'm pretty sure I know a few guys. We can make something happen for you.
For half the cost.
I mean, it might. Well, we'll give you the first 3 months. I can guarantee we can get it for $300. After that, we might have to renegotiate.
And that's a smart man. Always looking to the future.
You park at the Walmart parking lot, except nowhere else. KOAs.
True.
You live out of. That's the dream.
That is the dream, I guess.
And you tailgate. I don't know if they're doing that this year.
I don't know this has been the strangest year in human history.
And I'm hoping this isn't like a precursor of. Remember when we thought that was something? I'm hoping this wasn't just the warm up.
I sure hope so too.
By this time next year, it's a scene in the past that things are going well. The reselling's still taking off because I do think those kind of things, like what we've seen, people are going to turn to buying more things online. It's a lot more convenient. I think a lot of the people that were holding out are kind of the baby boomers and older that didn't really get into it or like it are now having to because they're the more higher risk. And I think it's a lot more convenient for that age group than they ever imagined to.
You could buy stuff online and you didn't even have to get it. You could deliver it right to somebody's house. So there's a lot of opportunities. I got to bring up one thing because I remember it.
I'll go for it.
If I don't, it would be remiss to. My son brought up something the other day. And it's the beginning of the year, and which that means is I'm going on a diet. I'm going to try and lose weight. I've become a one notch closer to the husky section on the old belt this past couple weeks.
The holidays will do that to you.
Yes. So I'm going back on it, which means I'm going back on the cabbage diet. And that's always what spurned the Grandpa Joe. And I was talking to my son, he says, you know what? Grandpa Joe is 96 and a half years old.
Well, he doesn't look like it because he's been doing nothing for the last 50.
So apparently books and movies are a little bit different, but he gave me that little tidbit is in the book he's 96 and a half.
And he's also a deadbeat.
Well, exactly, but he's 96 and a half.
So the cabbage, or you can go back on the apple cider vinegar?
Oh yeah, I'm doing the whole bit, man. I got to get back. I put on way too many LBs and I just can't.
Well, I wish you nothing but success.
So we'll see how that goes. Like is it just like with the Do 30, but I know we can get some down. So that I just remembered the Grandpa Joe reference. He told it to me. I felt good.
That's good. You'll have a happy kid when he hears this.
I got that book for him at the thrift store, so I felt even better.
Even better, and you might be picking up some video games at the thrift store.
I gotta get the NCAA 2012 or whatever year back to PSA 2, so you can play the college edition. Which, speaking of, now college players are going to be able to use their own likeness. I mean, we've kind of talked about this in the past. I'm telling you, if you were a college player, man, there's a lot of opportunity to make money.
There is, and that's a whole other podcast for a whole other day, Adam. We can go on that for hours.
It is, and like it just it just gets you to the mindset of the world is not small anymore. It's huge.
Do you hear Adam backing up?
It's because I've got too many.
I wish that this is when I talked to you about Pelican and Waddy. You'd be backing up when the sound effect was going. I wish we scheduled that good.
the backup. No, just talking about how small the world is, how opportunities to make money. I mean, like I said, I've had clients selling large, just lesson plans online. I've got people selling different products online. I mean, we sell wheelchairs online. And there's so many different things that you could sell online. I think that's what a lot of these players, as this thing changes, they get an opportunity to make money in their likeness, which they should be able to.
Well, and you think about like the cameo and that were
Oh, that was the big one.
that's a big one. I mean, the Brian from The Office.
Yeah,
what's his name? Kevin.
$1 million.
Over $1 million. So you figure you get somebody that won the Heisman or whatever, being able to come up and say happy birthday to people.
And if you're not familiar with the cameo, it's like you can request somebody to do a short video for you.
And it's basically a celebrity, and they'll do you a FaceTime, but pretty much.
Yeah, it's a little opportunity to say, hey, shout out to Derek, thanks for taking the time to Spricken Sie Deutsches in Denmark or whatever.
I was going to get Ric Flair to do one for us that said Deathpiles and taxes, but he's like $400.
$400, huh?
Nature Boy's doing well.
Yes, he is. That's if you think about it, man, that's a good way to make money.
I mean, if you can do that for 30 seconds,
Yeah.
that's not
And you
bad.
don't have to go anywhere. It's all from it's just, sitting there on your couch. Hey, D-Roy, woo!
So get yourself famous, and you can make money for, sending video messages to
Yeah,
people.
it's the opportunity to make money, the opportunity to sell junk. I mean, old tickets, baseball cards, clothing. And you've been selling some, there's just lots of opportunity to make money.
There is, and that's why we have this show, and hopefully everyone has a good, safe New Year's.
Yep.
Be happy, be out there doing your thing.
Make 2020 out with a bang. Enjoy your New Year's Eve late night and
Get the pots and pans ready.
rip it open in 2021. Make it a new year.
Make it a new year, make it a good one. But even Adam, in 2020, there's going to be two things. Oh, 2021.
Yeah,
I'm way
a
behind.
day late and a dollar short.
Two things will be certain in the new year, Adam,
That would be Deathpiles.
and the taxes.